Welcome back to the channel Valuable Coins, History Coin Collectors, and History Lovers. United States in today's video. We're diving deep into the fascinating story behind the 1996 1-cent United States Lincoln coin, a small but powerful piece of American history. This humble penny, often overlooked in everyday change, carries over a century of legacy connected to one of the greatest U.S. presidents, Abraham Lincoln. From its detailed design to its hidden mint marks and collector's value, every part of the 1996 Lincoln cent tells a story of art, tradition, and national pride. So sit back, relax, and let's explore how this tiny copper coin continues to shine as a timeless symbol of America's past and present. Let's get the satire at top 7 first up. The 1996 Lincoln cent, also known as the 1996 1-cent coin, is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, which began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The coin's obverse front features a right-facing portrait of Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, whose initials VB appear below Lincoln's shoulder on many issues. The reverse back of the 1996 cent shows a Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, which replaced the original wheat ears, designed in 1959 to mark Lincoln's 150th birthday. The 1996 Lincoln cent was struck at 3 mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver D; and San Francisco S. The Philadelphia Mint produced a majority of circulation coins, while the Denver Mint also contributed a large number marked with a D. The San Francisco Mint produced proof coins to collectors, marked with an S. These coins are made from a composition of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, a change introduced in 1982 when rising copper prices made the traditional bronze composition too expensive. In terms of design, the obverse retained Brenner's iconic image of Lincoln, symbolizing honesty, freedom, and unity, values deeply connected to the 16th president's legacy. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial is surrounded by the inscriptions United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and the denomination 1 cent. If you look closely at the memorial design, you can even see a tiny statue of Lincoln inside, an impressive detail rarely noticed by casual observers. While most 1996 Lincoln cents are common and worth only face value in circulated condition, collectors often seek high-grade, uncirculated, or proof examples. Coins with strong mint luster, clean surfaces, or rare errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or clipped planchets, can hold additional value. The 1996 D. Lincoln cent is particularly popular among collectors assembling complete sets of Lincoln Memorial cents, 1959 to 2008. The 1996 Lincoln cent stands as a modest yet enduring reminder of America's numismatic heritage and the nation's respect for President Lincoln's contributions. Although it may seem like an ordinary coin found in pocket change, each cent carries over a century of history, artistry, and symbolism that continues to connect generations of Americans through the smallest denomination in U.S. currency. Next up, the 1974 United States Lincoln cent is one of the most fascinating coins in modern American history, especially because of the unique circumstances surrounding its production. The coin features a famous profile of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909, to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The obverse side shows Lincoln's portrait facing right, with the inscriptions "In God We Trust" at the top, "Liberty" to the left, and the date 1974 to the right. The reverse side, at that time, still carried the classic Lincoln Memorial design, created by Frank Gasparo, which had been used since 1959. The year 1974 was particularly significant in the history of the Lincoln cent because of an important experiment conducted by the U.S. Mint. Due to the rising cost of copper, the Mint sought a cheaper metal to use for making pennies. Traditionally, Lincoln cents were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, but in 1974, the Mint produced a few experimental cents in aluminum to test their feasibility as a replacement. About 1.5 million aluminum cents were struck for testing, but the idea was ultimately abandoned after opposition from the medical community and vending machine industry, which claimed that aluminum cents would cause detection problems in X-rays and coin machines. All the aluminum cents were ordered to be destroyed, but a few pieces are believed to have escaped into private hands, making them extremely rare and valuable today. In contrast, the regular 1974 Lincoln cents were produced in massive quantities across three mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver D; and San Francisco S for proof coins. Billions were minted, and most of them remain common in circulation, with little numismatic premium unless in high-grade, uncirculated, or proof condition. The 1974 Lincoln cent stands as a symbol of economic change in the U.S., representing a transition period when the government was forced to reconsider materials used for coinage due to inflation and metal prices. While ordinary 1974 copper cents hold mostly face value, the story of the 1974 aluminum cent has made this year one of the most talked about dates in Lincoln cent history, capturing the attention of collectors, historians, and treasure hunters alike. Next up, the 1975 D Lincoln cent, often called the 1975 Denver Mint Lincoln Penny, is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series that began in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. The design was created by Victor David Brenner, and it became one of the most iconic coins in American history. The obverse front of the coin features a right-facing portrait of Lincoln, while the reverse back, in 1975, still carried the Lincoln Memorial design, which had been introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The 1975 D penny was struck at the Denver Mint, identified by the small D mint mark located below the date on the obverse side of the coin. The Denver Mint produced a massive number of these pennies, 4,505,275,300 pieces, over 4.5 billion, making it one of the most common coins of that year. The composition of the 1975 D cent is 95% copper and 5% zinc, with each coin weighing about 3.11 grams. Because of its high mintage and copper composition, most 1975 D pennies in circulation today are worth face value, but pristine uncirculated examples can be more valuable to collectors. The design of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side was created by Frank Gasparo, who served as the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. This design replaced the earlier wheat ears reverse that appeared from 1909 to 1958. The Lincoln Memorial design is notable because, when viewed closely, it shows a tiny seated statue of Abraham Lincoln inside the memorial, a remarkable detail rarely noticed by casual observers. In 1975, the U.S. Mint was still producing coins primarily for circulation, and there were no special proof cents bearing the 1975 date with AD mint mark. Proof coins were minted only at the San Francisco Mint with an S mint mark. Therefore, any 1975 D penny found in brilliant uncirculated BU or mint state MS condition is usually taken from original mint sets or rolls preserved by collectors. These coins often show a strong, sharp strike and attractive red luster, which makes them appealing to numismatists. From a historical perspective, the 1975 D Lincoln cent reflects the end of an era just before the U.S. Mint changed the coin's composition. In 1982, due to rising copper prices, the mint switched from the traditional 95% copper alloy to a copper-plated zinc composition, 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper. Therefore, the 1975 D penny belongs to the classic group of solid copper Lincoln cents that many collectors cherish for their rich color and traditional metal content. While the 1975 D penny is not rare in circulated condition, coins graded MS 65 red or higher can be worth several dollars. Exceptional examples graded MS 67 red or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are considered scarce and can sell for $100 or more, depending on demand and quality. Any coin with visible die errors, double dies, or striking mistakes can also command a premium in a collector's market. In summary, the 1975 D Lincoln cent remains a classic piece of American coinage, a symbol of the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln, and a reminder of America's long-standing minting tradition. Its simple design, historical background, and copper composition make it an important collectible for anyone interested in U.S. coins, even though it's not particularly rare. It captures a piece of 1970s American history, a time of economic change and national pride reflected in this small but meaningful coin. Next up, The 1985 Lincoln cent is part of the long-running Lincoln Pennies series that began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent became the first regular U.S. coin to feature a real person instead of symbolic figure. The obverse front of the coin features Lincoln's portrait, while the reverse back displays the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to mark Lincoln's 150th birth anniversary. In 1985, the Lincoln cent was struck in two main facilities, Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, D mint mark. The coin struck at the Philadelphia Mint carry no mint mark, which is why your coin is known as the 1985 no mint mark Lincoln cent. Millions of these coins were minted for general circulation. By 1985, the U.S. Mint had already transitioned from the earlier bronze alloy, used before 1982, to a new composition of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. This change was made to reduce production costs, as copper prices had risen sharply. As a result, the 1985 Lincoln cent has a zinc core with a thin copper layer, giving it the familiar reddish appearance of older pennies, but a lighter weight of 2.5 grams instead of the 3.11 grams of the earlier bronze cents. The obverse design continued to show Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust" across the top, "Liberty" to the left, the date 1985 to the right. The reverse design, created by Frank Gasparo, shows the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. If you look closely, you can see a tiny figure of Lincoln seated inside the memorial, a small but symbolic tribute to the president's enduring legacy. The Philadelphia Mint produced a huge number of 1985 Lincoln cents, more than 5 billion coins, which makes a common date coin for collectors. These coins were intended for everyday circulation, meaning most of them show signs of wear. However, uncirculated coins, proof versions, or coins with minting errors can be much more valuable. Proof coins of this year were struck at the San Francisco Mint, S mint mark, for collectors, using special dyes and polished planchets to create a mirror-like finish. Because the 1985 Lincoln cent, no mint mark, was mass-produced, most examples in circulated condition are worth 1 cent, their face value. However, collectors seek out rare varieties or high-grade examples. Coins with sharp details, full red luster, and no marks can be worth $5 to $20 in uncirculated grades. Some rare error types from 1985 include double die obverse or reverse, where the design appears doubled, off-center strikes, clip planchets, die cracks or cuds. These mint errors can raise the coin's value significantly, depending on rarity and eye appeal. The 1985 Lincoln cent represents an important period in U.S. coinage history, a time of transition from traditional bronze to cost-saving zinc-based coins. It also shows how the Lincoln design remained unchanged for decades, a tribute to one of America's most beloved presidents. Though not rare, the coin reflects the everyday heritage of the United States and continues to circulate in pockets and collections even today. The Philadelphia Mint did not place a mint mark on cents until 2017, so all cents without a mint mark before that year were made in Philadelphia. Despite its modern composition, the 1985 cent still carries a link to the original 1909 design by Victor David Brenner. Over time, zinc cents are prone to corrosion or bubbling beneath the copper layer, making pristine examples increasingly collectible. Next up, the 1997 Lincoln cent is one of the later issues of the long-running Lincoln cent series, which has been in continuous production since 1909. The coin honors the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, and features his right-facing portrait on the obverse. The 1997 Lincoln cent without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark on its coins at that time. The obverse front of the coin features a detailed portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, whose initials VB can be seen below Lincoln's shoulder. Above Lincoln's head are the words "In God We Trust," while the word "Liberty" appears to the left and the date 1997 is inscribed on the right. The design has remained a powerful symbol of American pride and unity since its introduction. The reverse back of the 1997 Lincoln cent carries the Lincoln Memorial design, which was introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Designed by Frank Gasparo, this design replaced the original wheat ears, reverse used from 1909 to 1958. The Lincoln Memorial design shows a grand structure located in Washington, D.C., and if you look closely, you can even see a tiny image of the seated Lincoln statue inside the memorial, making it one of the few U.S. coins to depict the same person on both sides. Surrounding the memorial are the inscriptions United States of America and E pluribus unum, meaning out of many one, with the denomination 1 cent below. The 1997 no mint mark. Lincoln cent was struck in large quantities. Over 4.6 billion coins were minted in Philadelphia. These coins were primarily made for everyday circulation and were produced using the modern copper-plated zinc composition introduced in 1982. Each coin weighs 2.5 grams, has a 19.05 millimeters diameter, and consists of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. While most 1997 Lincoln cents hold only face value 1 cent, due to their common mintage, collectors sometimes seek out coins with unique minting errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or plating issues. These error coins can be worth significantly more depending on their rarity and condition. Uncirculated or proof quality examples, especially those with strong luster and sharp details, can also fetch higher prices among collectors. Historically, the 1997 Lincoln cent represents the last few years of the Lincoln Memorial reverse before the U.S. Mint introduced a new design in 2009 to celebrate the bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth and the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln cent. The 1997 issue is therefore part of the final chapter of the Memorial Reverse era, symbolizing decades of American history, progress, and respect for one of the nation's most beloved leaders. In summary, the 1997 no mint mark Lincoln cent is a small yet meaningful piece of U.S. history. It reflects not only the enduring legacy of President Lincoln, but also the artistry and tradition of American coinage. Though common in circulation, it continues to be a favorite among collectors for its historical value, iconic design, and connection to one of America's most respected presidents. Thank you so much for watching and learning about the 1997 United States Lincoln cent. Every coin has a story to tell, and the 1997 no mint mark penny reminds us of America's history, craftsmanship, and the enduring legacy of President Abraham Lincoln. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing coin facts, rare coin values, and historical insights. Your support helps us keep discovering the hidden treasures in your pocket change.